We live?
Yes.
Hey gang, this is Mike with my real estate dojo. And if you're not using free to generate business for you, then you are crazy, okay? Because your profit margin does not know the difference between free advertisement versus paid advertisement. All it cares about to have bigger profits is to generate more leads. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this in a minute, but many of us probably have sold our cars or bought cars or sold furniture or bought real estate or wholesale real estate, what have you, on Craigslist. However, many of us do not capitalize on Craigslist, for example, because it takes too much time, okay? Because what happens is we may post once a week or once a month or once a day and not get the kind of results we're looking for. And they think, oh, it's not worth it, I have other stuff to do. And I agree with you. You have other stuff to do. But you can hire people called virtual assistants in cheap labor countries to work for you that have multiple degrees, probably smarter than you and me, right? To work for you for $100 to $150 a month, them working 40-hour weeks. I'm not pitching you, this is the truth. You can find people in India and Pakistan and Philippines, just to name a couple of cheap labor countries, and they're willing to work for your company, and they speak great English, for your company, and they'll have a master's or PhD or college degree for $100 to $150 a month at the very minimum, okay, and they'll work 40 hours a week for you. So what does that have to do with you? Well, marketing is two parts, which is paid and free. And your business does not know the difference between paid or free. And a good example is working out. Many of us think that if you want to get in shape, we have to drive to a gym, we have to buy the equipment if we don't want to drive to a gym and not have a membership, and we have to, do all this extra expenditure to be physically fit. But that's not true, because you could get a gallon of water, right? You get 2 gallons of water, and you can start doing bicep curls, shoulder presses, so many different exercises, and you'll see results, and your body's not going to know the difference between, hey, this is the plastic gallon of water versus this is a real dumbbell, okay, that you got at a fancy gym like 24 Hours or LA Fitness, what have you. Your body can't tell the difference. But what's going to happen, the difference that your body can tell, is the resistance, which is going to give it the results. Same thing with marketing. Your business profits cannot discriminate between free resistance, like that gallon of water, versus paid, where if you're running ad, let's say with Google side ad or Facebook side ad, you can't tell the difference. But what it can tell is the profits you get from the lead generation. So for you to have profits, you need a lot of leads. So using people in third world countries will help your business generate leads. And here's one great example called Craigslist. Now, many of us think at Craigslist as one type, okay? And I'm going to explain there's 2 types of Craigslist marketing. There's the ones where I call passive, right? A passive is what you're thinking about, where you post the ad on Craigslist. Let's say if you want to buy houses, you say we buy houses, or if you want to rent your rental property, you say, whatever. You post ads and you're waiting for your buyers or your sellers or your customers to contact you. It's called very passive, okay? And passively, it works. But the problem is the frequency needs to be significant and a lot. If you're just posting once a week, once a month, or once a day, then no, it's not going to work as much as you want to. But if you're posting 9 times a day or 12 times a day, then you will get leads from the passive way, okay? Now, and there's also on Craigslist what I call proactive. Proactive means that instead of just posting and waiting for somebody to come out to you, you're actually going out to Craigslist and building a list, first of all, and second of all, reaching out to that list that you just built, okay? What do I mean? If you're a realtor, if you're a real estate investor, you can get into Craigslist in different sections and cold call or reach out to the people in those different sections and render your services, from like, hey, getting a deal at 50 cents on a dollar, or creating owner financing, or if you're a realtor, just to get a listing, or it doesn't matter what business you are. But these are two examples I'm talking about. So the proactive is you're going to Craigslist and you're looking on the rental section and you're looking for people that says for sale and for rent, and they probably have more motivation, and you're reaching out to them by 2-3 different ways. You could email them, okay? You could text message them. You can actually cold call them, and you're proactively reaching out to them and telling them you can solve their problems, whatever it is, whatever industry you may be, guys. So that's the proactive way. And then you have the passive way, where you just post the ad online and you wait for people to come to you, okay? So the passive way is like building a trap and waiting for the bunny to get into it and closing. The proactive way is you have a net and you're actually looking for the bunny and you just throw it right at them, okay? So try to imagine that. But we're not trying to trap anybody or catch them, but I'm trying to give you analogies where it's going to help you to understand the proactive versus the passive. So now, what does the proactive versus passive have to do with you and your business? Well, you could get some guy from India, Pakistan, pay him $100, $150, depends if they're front-end workers or back-end workers, okay? And you could have them get on Craigslist and do the passive advertisement for you. You could have them post 9, 10, 12 times a day, early in the morning, for lunch, throughout, okay? You could have them all day long do proactive, where they're reaching out in the different categories to potential prospects and let them know about your company, how you can solve their problem. And you could do both of those things with one VA, dude. And this is a back-end VA, what I call a back-end VA. Now, guys, I explain all this stuff in my book that I have out. You know, I've been doing virtual assistants since 1999, 2000, 2003, when Google was not Google and Yahoo was king, and at the same time when we had dial-up, guys. So in my book, I talk about how to find VAs, the different types of mindsets of VAs, your manuals you're gonna need. I give you an example of my manuals. I talk about how to find VAs untraditionally. I talk about guerrilla style, how to find VAs. I talk about different mindsets of VAs when you want to find them, so you can find the one in the right mindset category. I get really in deep with it. It's about 7 hours of advanced training, no fluff, no bluff. As soon as it starts, we're going into it, and these are things that you can do, implement for your business. I talk about my VA filtering system, where you get this much people applying, and then you filter them out and get the king of the king. I talk about how to do all that stuff in automation, so you don't have to talk to 20 VAs. You don't have to talk to 30 VAs or 100 VAs or virtual assistants. You don't have to interview them. You let my machine, my automated system that I've been using forever, I just let you have it. You can clone it, you can duplicate it, I give you the rights to it, and I give it to you right in my book, okay? And right now, the book is worth $1,500. I'm having a flash sale for the first 25 people for $325. I've already sold most all of them out. I only got 9 left, guys, and it's $325. Once these 9 sell, then I'm gonna sell the remaining at retail price, which is $1,500. And I'm here to tell you that if you watch any of my free stuff, you know how much value I give you. I don't even fluff or bluff. So imagine what my pay stuff's gonna be, guys. Like, you know, I wanna help you next year, next level. This is not a course you buy and that I try to sell you on a different course. This is a course you buy, you take it, you make massive action, and then if you like my shit, then you fork me over $25,000 and help me take your business to multiple steps up. These are the tools that I use in my own business that I'm going to give you, so you could exponentially grow your business, so you can afford a coach that charges $25,000 to help you take your business if you wish. If you don't want to, you can take this course, make all the money, and go out there and run with it. And I'm happy for you, because I'm here to change your life, and I'm almost guarantee it. I would say I guarantee it, but I don't know you. You might be a lazy fucker that watches my shit and you might not take any action. So I can't guarantee it, right? But if you're an action taker, you're gonna take this, you're gonna take action, because there's no fluff, there's no one else that knows virtual assistants more than I do. Some guys may have 1, 2, 3, 4. I had one company, at any time I would have 22 to 30 VAs, and I had 2 other companies. So I am a master of VAs. I'm a master of creating system, master of automation. And so what is my VA book could do for you? It's going to show you how to find people that are going to work for $100 to $150 a month, working 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week for you, 5 days a week, 8-hour days. And if you just take these guys and just have them do one task, which is just post on Craigslist and do proactive and passive for you, you're gonna get a lot more leads, dude. A lot more leads. You can expect anywhere from 1 to 10 leads a day if they're posting 9 to 12 times a day and they're proactively reaching to people, okay? If you're a realtor or real estate investor, you're thinking, so, well, what is my VA gonna say when I call them, okay? What am I gonna have them? Don't worry about that. I have my seller phone script that's so powerful that filters and gathers all the information from a seller and helps you and your VA determine if they're motivated. And if they're motivated, then they pass it to you. And you're the one that does the closing pitch or the listing agreement, guys, okay? Not the VA. They're just here to dig for you to find the gold, guys, okay? And when they find the gold, they give it to you, and you're the one that's gonna process it and then sell it on the retail market, guys. And you can do all that with my book. Again, book is $1,500 for a flash sale. We have 9 left at $325. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's going to be $1,500. And if you're not using virtual assistants in your business, you're crazy. Especially if you're a small business, or you want to be a $100 million business or $1 million business. You're not using virtual assistants. You're crazy. At the very least, have these VAs be your lead generation. Okay, and Craigslist is just one. There's back pages. There's so many other places. Okay, depends on what business you're in. So you can use an army of VAs to just generate you leads, and you can have you or your team at your office doing those closing for you, and your lead production cost will be less than a penny, guys. Less than that, because when you have a guy working 40-hour weeks for you, you're paying them like $4 a day, right? So if he generates just a couple of leads a day for you, you can see how much. And here's what I say: if Craigslist only gives you 3 leads a month, okay, for the whole fucking month, they just give you 3 leads, okay? Out of these 3 leads, you close 1 deal, dude, you just pay for this whole thing, right? But let's say that's Craigslist. Let's say you're doing back pages, and you're doing Facebook, and you're doing this other stuff, right? And each one only gives you 3 customers, right? And you have 10 of those set up. That's 30 customers, dude. And if you're only closing out of 3, one of those, then that's 10 customers. So you get 30 fucking motivated prospects at least, and you have a shitty closing batting ratio, which is okay. You're gonna get 10 customers, and 10 customers, I don't know what business you're in, but if each one customers give you $2,000, you're a wholesaler, and you're signing it for poquito dollars, very little dollars, because you don't know what the fuck to do, which is okay. I like that idea. Just $2,000. So you get 30 motivated potential customers. Your batting average sucks. You only get 10 of these. 10 of these are $2,000 each. Well, you do the numbers, guys. Okay, that's some big money. You paid this poor guy $150. Give him a bonus of $500. Give him $700 for that month, and let's move on to the next month. And all this is for free. You didn't have to pay for advertisement. You use Craigslist. You use back pages. You use Facebook groups. You use Facebook. Now, some of you are thinking, well, I don't know what to do with Facebook. I've been doing Facebook. It doesn't get me any business. Because your Facebook marketing sucks, okay? You're doing a lot of me advertisement, or you're trying to deal with all these other social media people are telling you is just get likes and post and post. It's nothing about that. I have a Facebook blueprint that I invented for my own business because I was tired of paying all these stupid Facebook social media marketers $400 to $600 a month after month, year after year, and only get like maybe 1 or 2 customers a whole year for that shit. I did get some likes, I'm not gonna lie, but the likes never paid me anything. So I decided to create my own system, and as you guys know, when I do something, I make this shit work. I just sold this exact book in 9 days. We sold 50 of them, and we made $5,000 in 9 days, guys. I can't even write. right? I just came to the game, right? And then my moving business started with $100 and I turned into a multi-million-dollar business. And I started another business. So I'm not bragging, I'm just saying if I do something, I don't bullshit around, I get the shit done right because my whole livelihood is on it. I don't borrow money, I don't try to go on that. I'm all in, dude. I got no other choice to win. So when I created this fucking Facebook blueprint for my businesses, it was a winner. I studied so many people, I spent so much time, and I did so many different things, and I got so many different ideas, and I narrowed it down to the 20% that's gonna give me 80% of my business, and I implemented so simply where any virtual assistants that work for me can implement it, and I got a whole manual for that. I show you what to do, how to do it, the text you should use, and I'm having it all for $200. So if you buy that for $200, and you hire virtual assistants for $100 to $150 a month, and they're posting on Facebook using my very guerrilla but psychological marketing that doesn't say me, that doesn't do any solicitation, it's not a pushy sales tactic, none of that crap. I hate that crap. You implement that Facebook, you're gonna get customers from that. Now, it's gonna take some time. I'm not saying you're gonna implement it, you're gonna get customers tomorrow, dude. No way, dude. It's gonna take 3 to 6 months. Sure, you will get some low-bearing fruits instantly, but if you wanna get real harvest, it's going to take 3 to 6 months. But in the meanwhile, in the 3 to 6 months, it takes a lot of work. You don't want to do it. You're going to have your fucking VA do it, just like I've done it. So your VA's doing the Facebook, your VA's doing Craigslist, your VA's doing back pages, your VA's doing Facebook groups, your VA's doing proactive, and if each one of these just provides you just 3 customers a month, right? And you have 10 free things going, you're getting 30 customers, okay? It's very simple. You don't have to spend any money in advertisement. But you have to spend some time to getting the right information. My Facebook, getting my VA book that shows you how to get people to work for you for $120. They're actually hungry and motivated. Not the ones you find on Upwork or the ones you find on Freelancer and those kind of craps. They're not motivated, dude. They have their mindset in the long category, in the S category of Rich Dad Poor Dad. We don't want people in the S category, dude. They're not going to give us good quality work. They're going to promise the world and not deliver. What we want is employee mindset to work for us remotely in India that we pay $100 to $150 a month, and they help us post on Craigslist. They help us reach out to people on Craigslist via texting, via cold calling, via emailing. We want them to help us build databases. We want them to help do Facebook marketing that's totally for free and generate free customers where our leads are so much, but the cost is less than a penny, guys, less than the penny, and we're getting free advertisement. So now once we get the free advertisement, then we can hire more VAs for them to do more free advertisement. So we don't take the money, the harvest, and go pay Facebook group or Facebook ad or group. No, we take the fucking money, hire more VAs, and let them do free more advertisement for us, dude. So if we had one VA generated 30 leads a month, then if I got 2 VAs, then I could get 60 leads a month doing the same exact free marketing or adding some more branches to it. So my whole idea is to get dirt cheap labor to do a whole lot of free advertisement for you, from SEO to Facebook to Instagram, all this free stuff that you don't want to do and I don't want to do. Well, you know it works and I know it works, and it's totally for fucking free, but it takes a lot of time. It's not worth your time. It's not worth my time to get some guy from India to do it. Each one gives us 30 leads. We close shitty percentage one at, that's X. We have 2 of them, we get double. We have 3 of them, we get double. And that's where we take our money. We keep feeding it to free till we plateau on the free. And like the gym, you got a long ways to go before you hit the plateau, right? So once we hit the plateau, that's when we introduce paid marketing, guys. But anybody and their mama, if you look on Facebook, look on YouTube, look to any seminars, they're all telling you to spend money on fucking paid advertisement. It doesn't take a genius to say, hey man, here's some money, go spend some money. But it takes a really creative, imaginative guy that says, look, don't spend your money, save your fucking money. There's all this free stuff that we can do in today's technology. Use this stuff. And the way to do it is not for you to get on the fucking bicycle and pedal. No, you get some guy in India to get on the bicycle and pedal for you, and you reap the fucking harvest. And then when the money comes in from the harvest, you get another guy from India, Pakistan, or Philippines, get on the other bicycle, and now you got 2 guys pedaling for you, and you have double harvest. And so on and so on. And once you hit the plateau, that's when you go and do paid advertisement, guys. Not in the beginning, guys. So if you have any questions regarding virtual assistants, Leave a comment if this is on Facebook, if this is on YouTube, wherever it is on my blog. I'll be happy to answer for you guys. Go hustle and bustle. Remember, we only got 9 more books at $325. After that, it's $1,500. See you, gang.